It's easy to think we'll never fall victim to a scam, but no one is immune to fraud. The good news, though? Your best defense is knowledge. Let's take a journey through some of the red flags you can identify to practice fraud prevention. Red flag number 1, reaching out unexpectedly. Worse than a surprise guest at a dinner party, fraudsters often show up uninvited. If you get an email, text, or call out of nowhere, it's okay to take the time to confirm it's legit. Phishing, one of the most common types of scam, is when a fraudster poses as a legitimate institution in order to get sensitive data. A perfect time for red flag number 2. Keep an eye out for typos or purposeful misspellings in correspondences. To try and phish your info, a fraudster might send an email asking for your online banking login. But look closer. Is the email address a bit off? You've seen this video, so you notice a couple things right away. The fraudster had spelled your with a 0 instead of an O. And that email domain name? Definitely a little fishy. Not to mention, they misspelled dear in the first line. If you hadn't taken the time to actually read the email, those things might not alert you, which is why a lot of scammers rely on red flag number 3, urgency. Act fast, this is urgent, don't look too closely. A legitimate institution may use some urgent language, but they won't begrudge you for taking the time to verify the situation before acting. There are even specific types of scams that really rely on that urgency. In financial alert scams, fraudsters pose as a legitimate financial institution, tell you there's been fraud on your account and they need sensitive information or your account or cards will be closed. Then they use that sensitive info to access your financial accounts. In tech support scams, a fraudster will tell you there's malware on your computer, using it as a way to incite fear and convince you to give them remote access to your computer or demand payment to fix a situation. And fraudsters don't just pretend to be tech support or financial institutions. Fraudsters can also assume an online persona to befriend a victim or form a personal connection in what's called a confidence scam. Which leads to our next red flag: deals that seem too good to be true. By posing as a friend of a friend or just a stranger with a great offer for you, scammers will request payment or personal information. If it sounds like free money, it's a good sign to run the other way, or at least hit the block button. Confidence scammers can use texts, calls, emails, messages on social media, and more to become close to their victims. Being asked to send money or financial information by someone you've never met in person is, you guessed it, another red flag. Even receiving money from someone you don't know can lead to fraud, like in a money mule scam, where fraudsters send you money using a legitimate peer-to-peer payment service or a bad check. Then they'll request you send the money or part of it back. However, when you return the money, the original payment they made never clears, leaving you high and dry. So, to recap, we might not be able to totally avoid all fraud, but we can keep an eye out for the following red flags: unexpected communications, misspellings or typos, urgency, too good to be true deals, requests from people we've never met in real life. And remember, it's your safety on the line. No fraud is too small to report to your financial institution. If you're ever suspicious of any correspondence, emails, phone calls, or text messages from First Tech, visit firsttechfed.com/fraud. Give us a call or stop by a branch. We'll be happy to help.